All right, Alan, to start with, going to talk about Rangers. Now, of course, that 2-0 win in the Scottish Cup semi-final. Dest has scored to fire Rangers into the final. Very exciting for Rangers fans. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good display from Rangers after going 2 wins from 8. I thought they really needed to go and show a performance, and that's what they done from minute one. I thought Hearts would come out and really test them, see if they were still that vulnerable way, but they kind of sat back and they allowed Rangers to have the ball. I thought in midfield, Lundstrom had the freedom of Hampden for most of the game. Cantwell was excellent. I thought there was a lot of good performances within that. But clean sheet, scoring 2 goals and into the final. Overall, I thought it was a really good performance, but a little bit poor from in terms of Hearts and what they brought to it. Even though they did have a couple of opportunities, maybe a 15-minute spell in the second half where they possibly could have got something. But I think overall, Rangers controlled the game.
I mean, 90 now in the season for Dessers. What do you think a successful season for him is? Do you think if he hits that 20 mark, you then define it as a success? And sort of to add to that, how confident are you that he is going to be the man to lead Rangers to effectively the potentially the double, if not the treble?
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting one talking to the manager after the game when he was speaking about Dessers. His numbers are good. When you look on paper, they are good. 19, I think, is a good tally. He'd probably been looking at over 20. I think that's realistic target for him if he gets 22, 23, 24 goals. I mean, that's still a lot to ask, but I think that would be a really good number. But the manager spoke about how he wants him to be more of a killer, more ruthless. He's too nice at times. So it's a work in progress. So for him to be at this level at this moment in time, I think the manager will be happy. He'll know there's potential there. He'll know there's more to come, which is obviously the good aspect of it. But if he does continue to score these goals, then it puts Rangers in a good situation for the rest of the season. It's going to be difficult in the league in terms of when you look at the numbers there, the goal difference. So they're going to have to beat Celtic, drop points, but they've got a final at the end of the year as well to look forward to. So there's some huge games coming up.
And one of the other key talking points of the match, of course, was sort of Fabio Silva's dive trip, whatever you want to refer to it as. What did you make of the incident, and why do you think the ball didn't hit the back of the net?
Oh, I've no idea. I'm still thinking about it now. This is where the manager was talking about Dessers being more ruthless. He's going for a hat trick. He had an opportunity. If he rolls the ball across to Fabio Silva and he puts it in the net, everybody's saying, well done, good vision, that sort of thing. But that was an opportunity for a hat trick. I thought he should have taken it. Different choice. He's played it along. I have no clue what happened, to be quite honest with you. Is he expecting contact? Does his feet get muddled up? Does he slip? I really don't know, but it's kind of comical when you look at it because you'd expect him. He's there, just tap it in for a goal and that's it. But honestly, as I sit here right now, I don't know how to explain it. I genuinely don't know what happened. I think we're going to have to investigate and ask him because it was, I don't know what went on.
And in terms of his performance, I mean, 4 goals in 19 games. Some fans have said it isn't really good enough, and that he should be performing better. A moment like that, or the dive against Celtic in the Old Firm. Do you think he is worth signing at the end of the season? If the money was available, if the option is there, would you bring him in, or actually, do you think that he isn't a Rangers player?
I'm not sure at this moment in time. I think I've seen in flashes what he's capable of. I think he's been very inconsistent, and has been brought to light recently with the diving and different things. I don't like it. I think he has to stay on his feet more. But he's got ability. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You can see it. Does he need more time to settle in? I'm not so sure. I think he's had enough game time now. He's played lots of minutes. This is a guy who was bought for over £30 million. So I think just instantly you expect him to hit the ground running, scoring goals, assisting, and be the main guy. It's not quite came to fruition. It's all going to come down to money. I think he's going to be on big wages. Let's not kid ourselves, and the fee's probably going to be high. So for those reasons, I don't see it happening. But we'll have to wait and see.
And first cup final against Celtic in over 20 years at Hampden Park. How are you feeling for it? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Yeah, I think it's like 22 years. I honestly didn't even realise the start until I was told at the game. It's one of those ones you just kind of forget about it. I'm really excited for it. It'll be a great day. The way the league is looking like it's shaping up, it's going to go to the wire. So off the back of that, having such a big cup final to look forward to, I'm sure all the players will be buzzing for it. You have to put it as a player to the back of your mind at this moment in time. But for us to speak about, I think it'll be a great spectacle off the back of the league campaign. Really looking forward to it. Two teams that will definitely go for it. Hammer and tongs, give everything. It's one of the biggest prizes in Scottish football, so it's going to be a great event, I'm sure.
What's your prediction? And I guess to follow that as well, do you think that the team that wins the league has the upper hand going into it, given it is post-season? Or actually, will it be an underdog story potentially that whoever doesn't win the league will then be looking at that for silverware?
Yeah, look, it could go either way. Like literally, as you spoke about there, I think if you do win the league, you've got that momentum. We'll see how the league game goes at Parkhead, but definitely if you win the league, you've got momentum going into it. But that being said, Rangers have come back off a huge defeat in Seville against Frankfurt, and they went on to win it. They beat Hearts that day, so it can be done. It can give you that aggression, that fire within your belly to say, right, we've lost the league, but we need to go and win this trophy and win 2 out of the 3. So it'll be interesting. There's lots of little side caveats to this conversation, but it could really go either way. If both teams turn up, they both get players that can win it.
In terms of Rangers' form at the moment, I know some were quite pleased that they bounced back after a few games that they didn't look 100%. Do they have the capability to beat Celtic twice, both at Hampton and Parkhead? Are you confident actually going into both of those games they'll have enough to beat Celtic twice?
Yeah, I think they can. But that being said, I think Celtic can beat them twice. So that's how close it is. I don't think there's much between the teams. It's very small margins. We've seen in games where Dessers had opportunities, he's not scored. Kyogo's had opportunities, he has scored. And that's been the difference. So I think it'll all fall down to that. If both teams turn up with the strongest teams and give everything, again, it'll be down to small margins. You can't make mistakes. When you get opportunities, you need to score them. And it's going to fall to the guys like Dessers and these kind of people. Can they take that opportunity when given it? You don't get 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities. You get one. Can you take it? And that's probably what it's going to fall down to.
In terms of looking at the league form now, obviously St Mirren away on Sunday. What's your prediction for that one? And are you feeling confident going into it following that victory in the Cup?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was important that Rangers went out and put on a good performance, got the results, a clean sheet. We spoke about the 2 victories in the previous 8 games in all competitions. The manager was expecting a reaction after the Ross County game. He didn't get it against Dundee. It was another. Yes, they were better, but it wasn't to the standard that he's looking for. To come out in Hampden in a semi-final against a team who arguably smelt blood and thought they could go and overturn Rangers, it didn't happen. So we'll be happy at that. Now it's about, can we build on this? Can we move forward with this momentum? Because you can't lose another game. You have to go on a run where you're not getting beat. So I think they'll take that into the game coming up, and I think they'll have enough. I think they'll push through.
You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.